go, I release, and I know I forgive, I receive, I can feel, I believe, I am healed, I am whole. Breathe, breathe. No need to push, no need to try, no need to worry or question why. Surrender, let go, release, and know.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sister Jenna. A few years ago, I had a vision. The vision was comprised of witnessing members of Congress really going through a very tumultuous time. I had envisioned that within the walls of Congress, there were questions about trust between themselves, but there was also the question of trust with Americans and the leadership of the country. So I went about to search for members of Congress who would be open to share with me the depths of their heart, what was at the base of their conscience. And I came across some of the most beautiful people that I walked away with this experience that our country is in good hands. Here we are many years later, maybe about 4 or 5 years later, after I had actually initially recorded Soul Talk on the Hill. And we're witnessing stuff that we have never seen in the United States of America. Trust within the walls of the United States Congress is at the all-time lowest it has ever been. As you know, just a few weeks ago, there were riots on the Capitol Hill. It was an insurrection. There were a lot of people hurt emotionally, mentally, physically. Soul Talk on the Hill invites me into the walls of the halls of Capitol Hill to sit and have a heart-to-heart conversation with members of Congress about what matters to them the most, what's at the base of their heart, their character, the content of their deepest, most innermost feelings. Never before has there been a meditation expert or an emotional wellness expert or even a yogi soul, however you want to put me in whatever label you want to. But there's never been someone like me that's been given the trust and the honor to enter into the walls of Capitol Hill and have a heart-to-heart conversation with our congressional leaders. What I love about Soul Talk on the Hill, it makes us see them for who they really are. Put aside all the political jargon that goes on. We get to see really who are the people that are creating our policies, voting for our rights. These are good people. And given the opportunity to really speak from the depths of their heart, the country, our cities, our districts will continue to keep thriving. As See Good TV re-releases this season of Soul Talk on the Hill, it is my pure wish that you sit back and relax and enjoy each of the episodes. Just go into the content, the questions, their expressions. You learn a lot about these people. They're good people. For anyone right now, it's a hard time. Globally, in the United States, it might be even more so, one of the hardest times it has ever endured. But I know that we will prevail, and I know that we will succeed. Soul Talk on the Hill is to invite you to give our congressional members a second chance, to begin to find ways to communicate with them from matters of the heart and not matters of the political spectrum. What's more important than anything is what is the need of the time internally, and how does my conscience and my heart find peace in my choices? Soul Talk on the Hill asks important questions, and the congressional leaders gave very profound answers. If you've got any comments or anything you'd like to share, please feel free to let us know. We would love to hear your feedback. Soul Talk on the Hill is not endorsing any political parties or any candidate. It is simply having a heart-to-heart conversation with those who gave me the permission to come into the sacredness of their office and delve into their hearts. Enjoy Soul Talk on the Hill. Be well. Be safe. God bless you. Please, take care of yourselves. Vibrations of love. And some say love is a verb. But much deeper than that, love is a vibration.
It is that energy that stirs the soul and opens up the heart. Vibrations of love call out to the divine that connects us with the beauty of life and the oneness of it all. I need not to say it with words, although it is always nice to hear, but greater still is to feel it. Vibrations of love lift me higher, and I fill the empty spaces within the soul. It is the divine in its purest essence. It is me at the height of my being. I am vibrations of love. Om Shanti, everyone. Welcome to the next normal. I cannot wait for Valentine's Day to come. I just can't wait. Finally, the Om Shanti album is going to be released. That's the one with Ricky Cage and myself, and we're a little bit kind of thrilled. So I'm hoping that everyone puts a mark on their calendar to join us on 6:30 p.m. on Valentine's Day to just have a special chit-chat and a launch. It'll be released from the East anyway, so I guess by the time we're 6:30 p.m. on our Valentine's Day, which is a Sunday, I don't know, it'll be going into the second day, but needless to say, February 14th, put it in your calendar, Om Shanti album will be released, and we're going to have a ball. Let's just have one of those fun party on Zoom on the 14th of February. Anyway, how are all the angels out there in virtual land? Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Today's topic is about, what is it? Overcoming fear, or letting go of fear in a world that is filled with fear, or something like this, right? Being fearless in a world of fear. What a topic. Anybody out there has any fears? Hands up. Even if it's fear of what do you call it, a mouse or a frog. One time Santosh saw this little, I think was it the mouse you were looking at, or the frog? And then apparently, I don't know the story, but he was so numb looking at this frog that he was like this. And then all of a sudden, there was this cartoon character. What was the name of the character called? Ratatouille or something. I can't remember. Anyway, I wasn't there. The story was told to me. And you know what? He started to look like that little creature. He was so numb, everyone. And he was like, and apparently the person who caught him, they were like, bye, get it. And Santosh just like, mm, like with the pan and the broom, trying to get it. So again, what does fear do? I think sometimes when you think about what you are afraid of, it definitely shows itself on your features too. I mean, put in front of me a rat or a frog, any of those little slimy things, I'm just like, okay, no, that's as far as it can go. And it's not just about fear, but I think it's a story that they're connected to, that you sometimes feel like that's not the story that I want, something like that. But anyway, fear is a huge topic, and it's something that we all grapple with because we have now developed attachment in our consciousness, to the five senses, to the body, to our name, to our gender, to our role, to our title. And as a result of developing those attachments, there's a kind of a premonition or the sense of anxiety or discomfort that I'm going to lose this. That at some point in time, this isn't staying with me. I think I'm going to lose this. And I think it's having this feeling or the sense of knowing that I'm going to lose something, that the fear continues to be fed. What if instead of thinking that you're going to lose something, there's more the understanding that nothing lasts forever? As much as we hate to say that, your parents, your body, your health, your youth, your hair will never go gray, never. Your skin won't get wrinkled. That'd be nice. But the reality is that it does. Things do change. Things change into different forms of expression. And the fact that I'm just so attached to it, just so attached to an interpretation, feeds that fear in a world where everyone else is having a similar experience. Can you imagine 7.4 billion people? Everyone thinks that at some point in time they will either lose their life, they will lose a loved one, or they might be living on the edge thinking that they're going to lose money, reputation, name, credit, a sense of themselves. But for the sake of good, we try to hold on to as much as we can. But eventually we realize the only thing I need to hold on to is love. People say that where there's love, there can't be fear. I agree. Because love is non-attaching. Fear is very attaching. But love is unattached. And it's sometimes not easy for us to accept that because we don't remember how to love without attachment anymore. Many of us love and mix our love with lust, attachment, expectation, and ego. And because there's so many emotions stirring inside of the soul, we think, oh, well, that's love. But in reality, it isn't. Love will always set you free. It's a big difference. It's huge. It's massive. How many of us are loving freely? You've often heard people say, oh, well, I can love you from a distance. I guess that means you really have pure love for that person. And all the people that you love without a distance, is there really love? Or is it attachment? Which one? So what do you do when everywhere you turn around in the world, someone's afraid of something? There's a vibration of fear somewhere. How do you go beyond it? You do self-reflection. You really do the work on the inside. And you figure it out no matter at what cost. You have to figure it out. I want to play a beautiful sharing from Sister Jenny for my international headquarters, and also take you into a meditation after that, because I think today's topic is inviting us to go inside and ask, am I afraid of anything? Let's give it a try and see. Let's go listen to what Sister Jenny is saying. going to say something quite controversial, and I don't mind. I think that, in fact, when you create an external system that you think is going to make life more secure for you or your loved ones, your children, and so on, you're actually inviting violence. I remember a woman in South Africa again during the days of apartheid, and she was a woman of color. She said to me she was given a job in a hotel, and after she'd accepted the job, the hotel manager, at that time in a different colored costume, white, gave her a gun and said to her, "You're going to be walking in the streets at late hours because of the work that you're going to do here. You should keep this for your safety." And she looked at him and she said, "I think that's actually going to create the violence that I would rather not have." And she refused to take the gun. He was quite surprised, but he, of course, accepted. And she was fine. She was safe. And so somehow the vibration that I generate, in which I think I'm protected, but in fact it's a signal of great fear. And so it's like a very gross example again, but a dog smells your fear. And so he's more likely to attack you than if you send out a vibration of love, and he'll come close to you and there won't be a problem. And so if I'm thinking that this may happen, that may happen, and the other may happen, which many people are at the moment, I'm told that one of the fastest growing businesses is that of security systems. But if I'm doing all of that, my mind is actually trapped in its own fear and may even be generating more violence. There's another way to do it, and that is to know that if I do that which my inner moral compass is telling me is right, then the goodness of that is going to protect me. And if I also know that the power of love can be my protection, then I'm going to allow the inner awareness of love to generate more and more power, so that that power of love can actually protect me. And can you imagine what a life of a child is if the mother is afraid and keeps saying, bolt the door, do this, do that, don't go out, mustn't go here, mustn't go there? It's like caging the child, putting him in a prison. What sort of adult is that child going to become? Not a very healthy person. And so I think that inner peace, inner sanctuary, that inner protection of goodness and love is the strength that we can all tap into. And that truly is going to be the protection in which I really don't need to be afraid. I don't need to worry about what the future holds. The future totally depends on my present and what's going on at this present moment. It's very easy to meditate using the power of the mind and allowing the mind to flow towards the divine. So I'll speak out my own thoughts in meditation and invite everyone to join me. I let the body sit quietly, and I can feel the body relaxing, my breath becoming deeper, and now I focus on my thoughts. The speed of my thoughts has slowed down, and I focus on the inner being that I am. I am a being of light, shining in the center of the forehead.
this body is separate. I, the inner being, am separate. I existed before the body took shape, and I will continue to exist even after the body finishes. No beginning, no end. I, the eternal spirit, and in this awareness of who I truly am, my thoughts focus on the divine, a being of light, the Supreme. From the source of love, the waves of love reach out I absorb these within myself. And the waves of love reach out further and further afield, and the power of love surrounds the world. And the power of God's love heals. Souls have been carrying a burden of sorrow for a long time. And God's love removes the burden and heals the pain. The power of God's love melts the heart so that the heart can forgive and let go. And the soul feels liberation. Holding on to the things of the past has been a burden that I did not realize. And the power of God's love allows me to remove that burden and be able to forgive and become free. God's love touches souls and they continue on their journey, feeling the power of God's company. I hold peace and love and my thoughts return to the physical dimension. But I carry this experience with me, and this experience impacts my thinking, my speaking, and my doing. Om Shanti.
Keep the vibrations. And I'd like you to observe if, as you're staying inside of yourself, do you feel any fear at all? Is there anything that you're afraid of? Why is the fear there? Who put it there? Who will remove it? It has to be you. Whenever the soul focuses inside behind its eyes and we become soul aware, you will never feel fear. And so it goes to show how all of us in the world, we become so attached to matter, that it's natural for fear to be fed. I'll invite you to try it again. Go behind your eyes. Don't think of anything. Just be soul conscious. Be loving. Be pure. Be peaceful. Be silence. Be you. The original nature of the self. Is there any fear at all? Not in that place. You feel fear if you feel like, I can't let go. No, Sister Jen, I don't want to go into soul consciousness. No. I want to be in control of my mind and what I have to think and do. Yeah, sure. But then can you transform the control into love? That you want to love what your mind is thinking, love what you're feeling? Because if there's love, then there will be a naturally easy way to be detached. There will be no fear if you're soul conscious. There will be no fear if you remember Baba. There'll be no fear if there is love. When there isn't any of those, then somewhere, somehow, that fear will be lurking. Guarantee it. I want to get rid of fear. I don't want fear. Fear is this. Have you ever seen horror movies or action movies? And you know who we always like, Santosh and I. We always like James Bond and how cool he is. Like you never see James in fear. You know, he's like bam, bam, boom, boom. Then he's like, he puts the jacket and he keeps going because he's so clear on his job. He's so clear on his assignment. He's so clear on his purpose. And who does he turn to? M. Who do you turn to? God. Are you clear on your purpose and your assignment? Because if you are, nothing can get in your way. And even if it does, it won't obstruct you. It'll just make you stronger. Fear, 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 fear. Something that the world has gotten way too accustomed to. I'm afraid of being alone. I'm afraid of too many people. I'm afraid of commitment. I'm afraid of commitments being broken. I'm afraid of marriage. I'm afraid of children. I'm afraid of losing. I'm afraid of gaining weight with this pandemic. Poor Santosh, she's like, sister, I have to lose weight. I'm like, I know, I can see. You're beginning to look like a little dada. But it's this discomfort where, in a way, you are letting go of your power to lead your own life. Let that sit in you for a little bit. When you let go of your own power to lead your own life, of course fear is going to come. Because you are the one that needs to be in control to determine where you have to go, where you think you're supposed to go. And more than anything else, what is Baba signaling you to become? Where is he taking you? Whenever the soul has a love link to the source, to God, to Allah, Jehovah, you will always be led on the high road, you know? You will always be led in the place that's going to take you to the higher dimension of your life. He will never take you down. You ever made a decision in a fearful place? Like you decide to make an investment and you get scared. You decide to get married and you're scared. I know that's a big one. But you decide to move and go to another state and there's fear. Where does that feeling come from? Why is that feeling there? Is it the fear of feeling that you won't be able to control what might happen? Food for thought. Is there just that fear that you might be making a mistake? Why? Because the soul has recorded so many mistakes already, it doesn't want to record another one? Check all the ways that fear plays out in your consciousness as you're moving along in life. That it almost becomes a habit to sit in your personality, that you might even be afraid and not even know you're afraid. I've often had this discomfort, you know. I don't like to be in a house by myself. Every little squeaky sound in the house, I go, what's that? What's that? Even if I'm safe, I'm like, what's that? Did you hear that? And I've asked myself and I've asked Baba, what is it? And I've been told it's just something of the past. Perhaps you were left in a house alone and it didn't go so well. So I'm still carrying that. Why? Am I going to keep holding on to that memory and let it be compounded and added more and more and more? Will add on with the fear factor. Why should I do that? Am I not the master of my destiny? So why do we get afraid when we have to change states or countries, change a job, change a partner? Even there's some people that I know that have gone under the knife to get their features altered. Even afraid of that? Some of us, if we've had surgery, we get a little afraid of going into the surgery. Why? Because it's telling you to let go. It's telling you, you're not in charge. The drama of life is in charge. And you have to somehow know that there's some good karmic insurance recorded inside of you, that there's got to be something that you feel that there's been so much good deeds done, and even if I have to pay my debt, I'm still in a surplus because I've done so much good for humanity. And so when the soul feels it has been creating this account of charity in the soul, then that soul will walk with less fear in their lives because they've done too much good to be afraid. Yes, partners might change. Yes, situations might occur, but at a soul level, the soul will be okay. Because the soul knows, I've done way too much good. I'm not even going to worry about this. I will be taken care of. That's a fearless person. When you've done so much charity and so much good that you're like, I'm okay. I think that somebody who has a lot of fearlessness, especially with the world filled with so much fear, they come from this really sincere, genuine place of the heart, and they're just givers. They will give through their features, they will give with their time, they will give with their skills, they will give with their money, they will give with their understanding, their emotions. It's like it's an automatic pilot. The giving is an automatic pilot. It's like there's an account of such good. And so I feel that when A lot of us might be in a particular form of deficit in terms of that aspect. The soul knows. The soul knows I'm in a deficit here. I should do more good. And because the soul knows, it's like living paycheck to paycheck. That if any mishap happens, I don't know if I'm going to survive the next month. And we all know what that feels like as Americans, don't we? And so when we find ourselves having fear, even for something as a marriage, which is a huge decision, by the way. I was just sharing with Santosh today about that, but it's a huge decision to make. But what are we afraid of? We're afraid that, will it work out or not? Because we're not sure if we have that amount of good in us that it can transform the outside or make the outside okay. Even if it's not going so good, at a soul level, the soul will say, I got you. I got you. Don't worry. I got you. And so similarly, how much good have you been doing so that you can remove your fear in a world that's so ridden with fear? We were on a call today, and the call was in a meeting about so many individuals do things, not in a bad way, but most of us focus on, well, what's in it for me? That's not charity. That's taking. If the good I do depends on me first, waiting on you to do something good for me, that ain't good. That's a business deal. Charity and goodness is, you don't even have to ask, I'm just going to give it. Because I have to keep creating this charity in my personality. I've got to keep accumulating good, pure karma in the soul. So wherever the soul travels to its next destination, it's a fearless entity. Why do you think Baba always gives us the example of new souls? When the soul is new, it has less fear. Santosh and I always joke, I could never be an astronaut. To go up there into space, stay for a whole year in silence, I would have too much karmas that I'd have to deal with. I always thought that was a very interesting example that he gives. That when you're very pure, like there's not a lot of issues in you, then you're fearless. But the fact that all of us are struggling with an element of fear blows my mind. And I think because we need God so much now to reconnect to that source of energy, to reconnect to Baba's love and purity so that we can rise and be absolutely fearless. And I think Baba's energy is upon us. And if you're not feeling Baba's energy now, I beg you, work on it. If you haven't done the Raj Yoga meditation course, go to the YouTube playlist and do it again, because you will definitely learn how to establish this link to source. Without Baba's light, how do we continue? Where do we get our charge? I can come to you and I can get power and charge from you, but is it unlimited? No. And 99% of the times it has a condition, doesn't it? Of course it does. So here, you want to get rid of your fear? Practice being soul conscious. I'm a soul. What type? Pure. I, the soul, am pure. I'm peaceful. I'm loving. There's no fear in that. Let's go to Daddy Janki, who's the wealth of wisdom. And right after her, we'll hear a lovely meditation from Sister Denise. I just want you to think about these things. Do you want to keep feeding the fear? Or do you want to be free from it? I know I want to be free from fear. Let's hear what Daddy Janki has to say.
हिम्मत की गहराई में जाएंगे। शब्द एक हिम्मत है, पर हिम्मत और भगवान की मदद का डीप कनेक्शन है। सच्चाई, हिम्मत और विश्वास मेरी हिम्मत नहीं है, सच्ची हूँ, हिम्मत नहीं है तो मैं भगवान की मदद नहीं ले सकती हूँ। भगवान ने, भाग्य विधाता बाप ने हम बच्चों में हिम्मत, उमंग, उत्साह दिलाया है। बच्चे जो करना है सब कर ले, कल पर भरोसा नहीं है। कैसे करेंगे? भगवान कहते हैं तू ही करेंगे, मैं कराऊंगा। तो ये ऐसे ऐसे भगवान के बोल हैं जो हिम्मत इतनी काम करती आ रही है। मेरे से कई पूछते भी है, मैं साखी होकर के देखते भी हूँ, इतनी हिम्मत कहाँ से आई है? कहेंगी भगवान से आई है। पर भगवान में भी मैंने अपन में विश्वास रखा है तो भगवान मदद देता है। इसमें अंदर से सच्ची लगन है ना, तो हिम्मत और मदद दोनों इकट्ठा। पहले हम इतने ही कहते थे हिम्मत बच्चे मदद बाप। अभी देखा है, अनुभव करता कहता है हिम्मत बच्चे की है, 100 गुना 1000 गुना मदद बाप की है। कार्य इतना है जो सर्वशक्तिमान बाप के सिवाय कोई मनुष्य या देवात्मा भी नहीं कर सकता। वो परमात्मा बाप इतना बड़ा अच्छा ऊंचा कार्य, सारे विश्व के कल्याण करने का कार्य, सारी प्रकृति को तमो प्रधान से सतो प्रधान बनाने का काम, कितनी सब मनुष्य आत्माओं में कितने कैसे कैसे विचारों का, कैसे कैसे 5 विकारों के वश हुए पड़े हैं, कितने कितने मनुष्य आत्माओं से पाप भ्रष्ट काम होते रहे हैं, पर उन सबको न देख सबको श्रेष्ठाचारी बनाना एक भगवान का ही काम है ना। पर भगवान ने हम बच्चों को हिम्मत और विश्वास के आधार पर ऐसा साथ दिया है। तो जो हम उनके साथ से जो भगवान का संकल्प है वो हम बच्चों ने साकार किया है। क्या संकल्प है बच्चे? पवित्र बनो, योगी बनो। हिम्मत है आज की दुनिया में पवित्र बनना, योगी बनना। योगी वो जो कंप्लीट पवित्र हो, जो कंप्लीट पवित्र है वही योगी बन सकता है। वो योग बल ईश्वर से योग लगाना मेरा काम है, शक्ति देना उसका काम है। तो उसमें क्या होता है? ऑलमाइटी अथॉरिटी की शक्ति आत्मा में आने से तो हिम्मत, विश्वास, सच्चाई, निर्भय, निर्वैर बना देती है। इतना निर्भय है, काल का भी भय नहीं है, क्योंकि बहुत काल से परमात्मा के साथ बुद्धि योग लगाने से अंतमत्ते सोगते एक ईश्वरीय पिता होगा। एक श्रेष्ठ कर्म का जो अच्छी तरह से करने का भाग्य मिला है वही साथ होगा। दुनिया में कोई मेरा दुश्मन नहीं, सब मेरे मित्र है। तो भगवान ने निर्भय निर्वैर बनाया, इसलिए अडोल अचल स्थिति से हिम्मत के साथ उमंग उत्साह के पंख मिल गए हैं। भगवान कहते बच्चे अभी उड़ते रहो और सबको उड़ाते रहो, समय थोड़ा है, अब घर चलना है।
On peace. There are 3 steps. First, let go of the outside. Everything you can see, hear, and feel. Allow yourself to simply let it be what it is and let go of it.
The second step, turn within and connect with the deepest part of yourself, the soul, the still, silent core of your being, whose essence is peace. The third step is to turn the mind upward and beyond and connect with the eternal, immeasurable, infinite source of beautiful, sweet peace. We start at the physical level. Check that your body is balanced and you're sitting comfortably, and then gently allow yourself to let go, to disconnect from everything that is around you in the everyday material world. What you see, what you hear, what you feel, let it be, and let yourself detach. And as you do this, you find yourself naturally oriented to an inner space. Turn the mind within and allow yourself to feel and connect with that subtle point of light that is the self, the soul. I, the soul, am deeply peaceful. I am essentially still, quiet, and silent. I allow myself to feel this essence, this core of my own soul. This is what it's like to be me. Peaceful, quiet, tranquil, serene. I am steady in this state, and so I move my mind upwards and beyond. Letting everything to do with the here and now merge, and I shift into a broader, more universal space. It is a world of light beyond the universe, and there I encounter the source, the beautiful point of infinitesimal light, yet infinite peace. An ocean merged in a point. I am focused, I am connected, and from that point the waves of deep peace wash gently over me. And I am filled with that power of silence, that extraordinary feeling of total peace. fills me completely. It overflows and extends into the vast distance. I become like a conduit. The peace flows into me from that tiny point and becomes a huge ocean of pure, peaceful feelings that I can direct so that it encompasses the whole world. And the whole world can feel that subtle, beautiful, and sweet peace that it craves so deeply. I hold this state for a while. Totally focused. And then gently I withdraw myself back into my essence, back into the day-to-day world. But still, that peace is with me, spreading like an atmosphere around me. Om Shanti.
Thank you everyone for joining us on the next normal, and our special edition is coming up on February 14th, as I mentioned. Please put that date in at 6:30. We'll have a special segment, and we'll also have, I think, a special show on Wednesday, February. I'm gonna get there. Old age. February the 10th at 6:30 to 7:30. I'm interviewing Harry Belafonte's daughter, Gina Belafonte, who's into a lot of good stuff out there with activism and the entertainment industry. You know, Harry Belafonte, come Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana, that one. Sister Gita used to love that. So we're going to be doing that on February 10th, 6:30 to 7:30. So tell your friends, Sister Jenna and Gina Belafonte. And on Valentine's Day, the launch of the Om Shanti album. Hope you can join us for that. We thank you, all of our friends out there. Let me give a shout out. Let me see who's on, who's been behaving. Let's take a look. Let's see who's out there. Okay, Louise, Om Shanti. Yes, I love Sister Denise too. Divyani, Om Shanti. Thanks for being such a good student. Putting together your Baba's meditation room. Keep it up. Good girl. Denise, Om Shanti. Hope you're feeling great. Wonderful to have you on. Nancy O'Neill, Om Shanti. Samantha, Praveen, Nagashri, Wendy, Asmita, all the way in India. Good morning, Asmita. Good morning. And we're going to bed. So good morning to you. And let's see who else we have on here in the tribe. We've got Nita and Geeta. Nita, Geeta, Om Shanti. Lots of love to all of you out there in Texas. Great state. Good old Texas. I gave a class to the Houston, Texas BKs the other day in the car. Boy, have times changed, I tell you. All right, so Nita and Geeta, lots of love. Thank you, Nita, for looking out for our upcoming production. Kids Say the Wisest Things. Everyone, Nita's taken the initiative to assist us to raise the funding for that production. So lots of blessings, lots of love to her and her family to help us take it to that next stage. Diamond, hello, and Om Shanti. Tom Probus, nice to have you. Alika, Alika, Alika. Stop listening to any news, Alika, Alika. Save your heart and soul. Listen to only Baba's news. Baba's world just gets so strong that we will just transform this world. It serves us at all none when we feed into all that negative harshness that some of our brothers and sisters are up to. Let us get strong enough first so that we can serve them later, okay? So let us not try to take in too much of that negativity that's out there. It's not our time. It's not our time to be doing that. So, Alika, okay, remember that. Okay, Praveen, Bryn, nice to have you. Kailash, Mary, Praveen, Om Shanti, long time. Ripple, nice to have you. Indu, always good to feel your energy on the call. Samantha, Om Shanti, my dear. To all of you, Nikhil Joshi, Jennifer Scotland, Wilma in Colombia, ¿Cómo estás, mi amore? ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? So lots of love to all of our tribe out there. Happy, happy, happy day. Happy evening. A fantastic morning. Thanks a lot for being a part of our beautiful world and beautiful community. See you again soon. Have a wonderful night. Om Shanti. Good night. Sweet dreams. Hi everyone, it's Sister Jenna from America Meditating Radio. I hope you've been enjoying Wiseish, which you can get live on Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube from 8:30 a.m. to 8:45. But you can also get it on demand 24/7. It's going to be your power boost for the morning. It's your daily dose for the soul. It's just going to encourage you to make the day that much more valuable. So join us. Looking forward to seeing you.